Hello everyone, and welcome to quarantine day 1 for Yosh, Mite, aka me. And today I just thought that I'd sit and chill and talk with you guys for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to kind of just give you a little something to do while y'all are, sitting around doing nothing. I thought I'd update you guys on how I'm doing and just sort of ask you guys how you all are doing as well. So hi, hello, my name's Yosh. Welcome back to my channel. If you are back, if you're not, hello. If you're new, I make videos I was about to say for a living. I don't make any money doing this. I just do this because I enjoy doing this genuinely. And in the next little version of this, I plan on setting a camera up so that way you guys can see me while we talk. So just like the video for that in the future. But yeah, if you guys think that my voice would make a really good host on a podcast, then please let me know that down in the comment section below. I would love to know that. But I guess that's what we can talk about for the very first segment of the day is about a podcast, which I never created but attempted to. So yeah, let's talk about that for a little bit. So there was a time, once upon a time, me and a few friends decided to get together. I think it was about 5 of us in total, and we tried to do a podcast. And little did we know, I only recorded my audio, which really sucked because it was a pretty thoroughly enjoyable podcast. I think it was like 30 minutes long. I think dragging it out to an hour probably would not have worked, but yeah, it was a thoroughly enjoyable podcast. It was something that I liked, and I thought it was going to be really good, but when I went back to listen to it, it just wasn't there, and I realized that I had screwed up in the recording process. So yeah, I guess that the biggest thing I could take away from it was that it was a decent and good fun times with friends, I suppose. But yeah, this happened I don't know, probably about 4 or 5 months ago. We tried to record a podcast, and that's when I actually mentioned in one of my older videos, I believe I was still in the States. It was last year, and I had mentioned that I think it was in my my AirPods Flex video. I don't even know why I made that. I only made that video because I literally had no content at the time. It was kind of boring in the States, just saying. And I had made that video, and I had mentioned that we were going to make Yosh Mite or Yosh Talks podcast or Yosh Mite Fam podcast, one or the other. And to this day, I'm still thinking about it. It's just that I literally do not have the correct resources to do that. I know that I could very easily invite a couple friends over to my house and we could record a podcast. We actually did that, except we kind of forgot to record the whole podcast. Yeah, I had a couple friends come over 2 weeks ago, and we tried. And I even told them, "Hey, we should record a podcast. It'd be really fun. It'd be really cool." Because we'd have everybody in the same room, and we could just set up one camera. Because we'd only do it on YouTube because I don't have a Spotify whole thingy, whatever, as of right now, and that's what we were gonna do, but nobody wanted to do that because we completely forgot. So don't say anything. But yeah, that's pretty much how the podcast thing died. Other than that, I literally have nothing else on the agenda to talk about today. I just kind of wanted to talk about the whole quarantining thing. I am still in the Philippines, for any of you that don't know. I don't know. I'm going to try to make these things day to day, and I'll try to set up a camera so that way you guys can see me when I talk. We'll go day to day in these things. Sorry, I needed a drink of water there. Got to keep myself hydrated. I have a Roblox account. I don't know why I made it. It's Yosh_Mite YT. I don't know why I made it, but like I just said, if you guys would like, you can add me, and I'll be online every now and then. Excuse me. Fortnite is getting kind of boring. I mean, the battle pass is there, so I play for that pretty much. I don't really play to actually, win. I mean, I guess I do play to win, but it's I don't know, I don't really care kind of vibe. It's just mess around. I feel like you can't have fun in Fortnite. Or okay, I'll say I personally cannot have any fun in Fortnite if I'm not playing with any friends. That's just kind of the point that we've reached, or that I've reached personally. So yeah. Shut the door. My little sister is at the door. I apologize. But yeah, that's kind of the point I've reached with that video game. Apart from that, I've been playing a little bit of CS:GO on my MacBook, but you know, with MacBook and the graphics being pretty doo-doo, I don't really play a lot that much anymore. So yeah. Right now, school's over. The whole coronavirus thing basically banned school in the Philippines. It literally canceled the rest of the school year. There will be no rest of the school year. Needed more water there, sorry. It will cancel the rest of the school year, and we are not going to be having any, there's not going to be any graduation ceremonies or anything like that. But I guess I thought I would share my experiences about being in the Philippines, because this is probably the only chance that I'll get to properly sit down and explain what's happened publicly to anyone that would, come on the channel and, listen to whatever I have to say. So the first thing I like to say is the school system here is not the greatest. Let me just get that out of the way. Okay. High school here starts in the 7th grade, and it's like 6 years of grade school, 6 years of high school. That's how they do it here. And I'm not the biggest fan of that, because like when I look at the 7th graders, like I'm a senior now, but I was a junior. I was in the 11th grade, and when I would go around, I would go outside the room and I would just see these like small little 7th graders, and I'd just be like, I'm in high school, right? But it feels like I'm in elementary. No, I'm not dissing them. I'm not dissing their height. Okay, no, don't come on, don't get on me for that. I'm just saying that I think the 7th grade is not necessarily mature enough, and the 8th grade as well. 7th and 8th just aren't necessarily matured enough for the high school quote unquote responsibilities that come with being a high schooler. Being a high schooler, in my opinion, means that you've become more independent and you're ready to take that into consideration, and you're getting ready to become an adult, because like even I and I'm gonna quote this, us being the 11th graders and 12th graders, like the senior high schoolers, I even feel like we don't get as much leniency, as much liberty as we would prefer. I expect to see a lot of liberty in an 11th or 12th grader. It's just something that I feel should be there, and in my opinion, it needs to be, because you're preparing yourself. I'll come from a teacher standpoint in this. You're supposed to be preparing the student to become an adult, because like I'm 17 and I'll be a senior this year. I'm almost an adult, and I don't necessarily have all the leniencies that I think that I should have. But that's just the small little bone that I have to pick. I'll tell you about my very first experience about Philippine schools. It was, oh Lord, I don't even remember my first day of school. I think it was June 30th, 2018. I need to drink water there, sorry. Yeah, it was June 30th, 2018. I didn't want to go to school that day. I was literally thinking like, hey mom, I was literally thinking about just like faking a headache and being like, yo mom, not feeling it today. But I knew that wasn't going to work, because it's the first day of school, for me anyway, for me and my siblings. So we went to the school. It's probably about maybe a 5 to 10 minute drive from where I live. And the high school looks nothing like what you would picture a high school in the States to be. It is a very small area. It's very cramped, and I feel almost claustrophobic in a way, especially when I was a sophomore. I felt very claustrophobic. I just didn't feel. Can I even say that it was a sophomore? Because high school starts in the 7th grade. Does that mean that 7th graders are freshmen? Then what's 11th and 12th graders, like super seniors? I don't know, but that's besides the point. I'm just gonna go based off of the 9 through 12 as high schoolers. So yeah, as a sophomore, I walked in, and there's a guard at the gate who they won't let anyone in if you're not a student or a parent. And I got inside. I went, and my classroom was on the 2nd floor. So we walked. And take note, I'm still outside at this point. All right, I'm still out, and I'm talking like outside, as in like, outside, like generally outside. I don't know. Okay, that was a very bad description of outside. Okay, I can't really. I'm not. Whatever. Let me just continue here. Okay. So I go up the stairs, and I'm in my uniform. That's another thing. That's another big thing. And in all schools in the Philippines, at the grade and high school level, you have to wear a uniform. Now, to an extent and to a point, this makes sense, but the school principal from that school, I'm not going to mention the school, but I probably will at some point in time, so you'll figure it out. It's not like it really matters. They publicly show themselves online anyway. So the school principal at the school said to me, like, I had asked about like why uniforms are a thing, and she had told me it was so that way there would be less laundry done. And this kind of blew my mind because that makes zero sense at all. Because in a school that does not require you to have a uniform, like say for example, when I was back at home in the States, I could wear the clothes I wanted, go to school. Then after school, I wouldn't have to change. I could just wear the clothes I'm wearing for the rest of the day. Whereas when I'm here in the Philippines and I go to school in my uniform, and then I come home and I have to change. That's double the amount of clothing. So I don't know where her mind was. Maybe she just, I don't know, tried to think of a reason. But I understand the biggest reason of uniforms, and the biggest reason of uniforms is is so that way the sort of poverty line between everybody will not be seen. I'm pretty sure that's like one of the biggest reasons. Nobody wants to, or I guess it's to say the education system doesn't want one child to show off to the other, like, hey, I got these Yeezys and I got this Gucci bag, I got the Balenciaga socks and I'm chilling out here, I got the Supreme hoodie, and then the other kids just got like generic, I don't know, Old Navy stuff. That's not like, don't even feel ashamed to be wearing Old Navy, man. I wore Old Navy growing up. Don't worry, it's fine. I go to Goodwill too. No worries. But anyway, first day of school, go up the stairs, walk in the room. First impressions were, is this even a classroom? Because it didn't look like a classroom at all to me. And again, I guess I'm being a little bit of, yeah. Okay, I thought someone knocked at my door. They may have knocked at my door. I'm just going to continue my story. Whatever. I'm not editing this. And so I walked in, and like I said, I was like, what, is this a class? Oh, someone is at the door. Yeah?
How about when you're done with that, can we play?
Maybe. Just go shut the door and let me finish this. Okay. My little sister came up to the door. Again. I'm not editing this, so I'm just going to continue with my story. Anyway, let me take a drink of water first. Ugh, excuse me. That's burping up my dinner. Yeah, not literally, but anyway. Like I said, opened the door, was thinking in my head, like, is this even a classroom? Like, what the heck, man? And at first glance, I was just like, no, there's no way I could do this. This is nothing. Another thing I should note about the schools and the education system here in the Philippines is that in high school, you don't get to choose your classes. Whereas, like, in the States, if I was in the States right now, let's say that I didn't move, because I moved right after my freshman year. Going into my sophomore year, that's when I moved. Or I should say we, as in my family, moved. And if I had stayed, if we would have stayed there in the States, I could have taken computer maintenance and all these different like class specific electives that would have guided me to the career that I would like. And personally, I'm kind of a guy who enjoys the IT field. So I'm thinking, if I get to college, go for a bachelor's in science or a bachelor's in information tech. I think 4 years is probably good enough for me. I don't really want to do any more college than I have to. I mean, a doctorate's degree is a little much for me. I don't want to get out of school when I'm like almost 30. I'll be almost 30 years old and be like, yo, I got school, man. I can't hang out. Like, I'm telling my friends all that. I don't know if I want to do that. I believe in YOLO. I believe in the fact that I only live once and that I want to die with no regrets and that I have no fear of death. But that's for a different time, okay? We've got 15, 20 minutes today, so let's just knock it out of the park. I'm going to finish my first day of school experience here. So, as I was saying, I walked in, didn't know what the heck, didn't even look like a classroom, I sat down. The first thing that happens is this guy. His name's Christian. He's a really cool guy. We're good friends today, but I had no clue who he was at the time. He's kind of a skinny guy. He's a little bit shorter than me. And, of course, he's Asian. He goes up to me. He sits in my lap, and he puts his arm around me, like, over around my neck, and places his hand on my opposite shoulder. And he says, "I'm gay." And I was just like, okay. And he just gets off and he just runs away, goes back to his seat. But there was 36 of us in the classroom. And the classroom wasn't that big. So we were pretty scrunched, but yeah. And so like, I didn't know what to think. I was like, what the heck do I do? What am I supposed to do, man? And, that's pretty much how my first day went. I was just in confusion for the rest of the day. We have flag ceremonies in the Philippines, for those of you who may not or who don't know. Basically, we say the pledge. I think it's the pledge. No, we sing the national anthem in the morning. Then we have the pledge. Then we have 2 other songs, and then we have a Zumba dance. That takes up like, I don't know, half an hour-ish of our time that I could be sleeping. But yeah. I have to do that instead. So yeah, for those of you in the States, that's what we do have to do. I think that this segment may be longer because I like talking. I can talk for a long time if I really wanted to. So we may extend this past 20 minutes. If you guys enjoy this, please drop a like and comment what you would like me to talk about in the future. I'm just here quarantined in my house recording these, so feel free by all means to, give me some thoughts, give me some ideas of what you want to hear me talk about in the future. Because I definitely would plan on talking about more of my experiences in the Philippines. I plan on doing these day to day so you guys can get a little in-depth into what it's like. But yeah, for the rest of the day, after flag ceremony, that's like one of the first things we do. Then then we started our day, and our first subject was Filipino. And I don't know if you guys know, but I do not speak Filipino. It's Tagalog. That's what the main language is in the Philippines, Tagalog. But the island that I specifically live on is we speak Bisaya. And so, yeah, it's like learning 2 new languages. So I have 3 new languages total. And it's almost 4 because Spanish is also incorporated into the language here. So we get a little bit of, 3 languages. Yeah, can't wait. But for the rest of the day, it was pretty chill until until after lunch. One of the guys, I'm sure he won't mind if I mention his name. His name's Kenji, and another guy, Dale. They were pushing me. We were in the back of the class. I forget what class we were having. I think it was Civica, which is basically history, but it's in Tagalog. It's in Filipino, but it's history. And I think we're already done with whatever we were doing. Excuse me. I think we were done with whatever we were doing, and we had some free time. So me and Kenji and Theo were just chilling in the back. I remember what they were doing. They were helping me with my homework. That's what they were doing. They were helping me with my homework because obviously I couldn't understand it. So they were translating it for me so that way I could answer it. And they had just happened to ask, of all the girls in the room, who would you pick? And I'm just like, hey, buddy, yo, this is my first time here. Can you just please not be asking me this kind of thing at this point in time? This is like the last thing you need to be asking me, man. And yeah, that's kind of how a little crush started. I wasn't crushing on anyone, but someone was crushing on me. So they basically went around the room and were like, yo, that girl, you into her? I'm like, nah, man, come on, dude, please don't be doing it. And they just like were pushing me. And it was getting to the point where it was kind of annoying, like really annoying. And they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And finally I was like, I don't know, that one. She looks cute. And she was cute. I'm not going to say her name. She knows who she was. She knows who she is. She was playing the guitar. And luckily, she was one of the ones that wasn't dating anyone, because I'm sure that if I had picked anyone that was dating anyone, I would probably be in some trouble with the dude that was dating her. But obviously, I could probably talk my way out of it. I don't know. The guys here are pretty defending or defendant of their significant others. I don't know. That's just the thing here. I mean, me personally, if I had a girlfriend and some guy talked about her, I don't know. As long as the girl's fine with it, then I wouldn't really, say anything. Unless it was something bad. If they said something bad about my girl, then but it's not like that. It's not like that's gonna happen because I don't have a girlfriend. Heck yeah. Whatever. I don't know. Not gonna talk about that. We'll talk about that in a different segment. But yeah, that's pretty much how. Because in the Philippines, if you say something and you say keep it a secret, you're basically saying tell everybody, but make sure that I don't know that everybody else knows, because everybody else knew, and especially the girl knew that I had said, of all the people in the room, all the girls in the room, if I had to pick one to date or have a crush on, whatever, that it was her. And I was like, yo, don't tell her, don't, please, I don't want to start anything like that. I'm not about that life. I just got out of a relationship, not really, into doing that kind of thing. Actually, I didn't just get out of a relationship. I don't want to talk about my old past relationships. Stop. And so she knew, and she immediately started crushing on me, and she attempted to call me multiple times on Messenger, and I remember she renamed my what do you call it? She renamed my nickname on Messenger to Superman. That's what she called me. So yeah, that's pretty much how my first day of school went. If you guys would like some more content like this in the future, please feel free to drop a like and comment what you guys would like to hear in the next video. Like I said, I'm going to try to make these every day because they're really easy. I don't have to edit them. I just have to hit record and talk about whatever I want to talk about. So in a way, it is kind of like a solo podcast, but I just thought that this would probably be the best way for me to show what I've learned and kind of share what I've learned and share my experiences that I've had being in the Philippines. Also, if you like longer segments, don't hesitate to ask. Just don't get mad when my mom, dad, sister, brother randomly walks in the room and asks for me or whatever. So yeah, don't forget to use sanitizer like I'm doing right now. Gotta use that sanitizer, and don't forget to stay hydrated. Stay away from corones, guys, and I hope that I have entertained you for the past 20-some minutes. And like I said, if you guys would like in the next video or whatever the heck you want to call this, we're going to call it an audio. I was about to say book, but it's not a book. Audio story. Yeah, I will set up a camera next time if you guys would like. Like I said, definitely down to set up a camera, and so that way you guys could get a better insight onto what's going on in my life. Okay, so I accidentally pulled out the charger to my laptop and I accidentally pulled out everything else with it. So it unplugged the mic, meaning that it stopped the recording. But yeah, like I said, if you guys did in fact enjoy, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm really trying to push for 700 subs. Excuse me. So if there's any of you guys out there that would like, and is so kind to the heart, especially since everyone's quarantined, to just please tell your friends to subscribe. You know, just one friend. If we had one person, I have 650 subscribers right now, and if one person from all of my subscribers told a friend who is not subscribed to my channel to subscribe, I would have 1,300 subscribers, which would literally blow my mind. And I think a 1,000 sub special would be great. I would love to do that for you guys. So, like I said, I don't know, a flippity flop. Don't forget to hit the dab. Protect yourself from corona. Stay quarantined. Stay inside until it's safe. I'll see you guys on the flippity flop. Peace. Why did I say flippity flop? That's really